This is a new agenda.
Artist Cafe with your special host, Civil Love. Today, we are here at Dansoman, Keep Fit, opposite the Baptist Church. We are at a pub, a lovely pub, which you can host your party and everything here. You know what we do at King's Motion. We are into promotion. In case you have a video shoot and you want us to come across, why not? At an affordable price, we are in for you. This is where we call the Lexus Irish Pub. Today, we are going to host our very own, the lowly hitmaker, Jah Lead. Follow me as we have a chat with him.
I'm feeling lonely, I am now what we get tonight. My baby, I'm coming, I'm feeling right. I keep thinking of you. Thank you, my dear. What's that?
Cool. Lowly.
Yeah.
But I can see a ring on your finger too.
Of course.
So the song was for who?
Well, I always think we all go through this moment, this period, once in a lifetime, or I mean, it occurs. I mean, you might be occupied, yes, but you still feel lonely. Maybe your partner is out. Maybe you are bored. Anything at all just makes you feel lonely. I think everybody goes through that.
Really?
Sure.
With a lowly song?
Sure.
I thought you were singing it for your girlfriend, but seeing you here and with the ring on your finger is another vibe altogether. I don't know if sometimes now here to kind of what fino say you're slowly
I don't know, but they be a customer shot the end song. I always had the feeling like I should write something out of this. And not necessarily now, but what I've been through over the time, you know. And then boy, my mommy put such a song together.
Okay. So how are things? How are you coping with your music career and your profession as a policeman?
Jeez, how did you know that?
I made a little investigation about you.
I'd say I'm managing because it's not easy. People thought it was impossible.
Okay.
People thought it was impossible. But hey, I always tell myself nothing is impossible under the sun. You know,
yes.
The moment you put your mind to it, you put your heart to it, you go in for it, you're going to achieve it.
And are people comfortable with that? Say, Obe Beach, Obe Studio, you have that thing. And with the ring too, I believe you have a family.
Sure, I do. I'm a full-time father.
Wow.
And my people are so comfortable with me. I think my commander is my number one fan. Shout out to you, Superintendent Tio. I mean, special weapons. He's my number one fan. He always tell me, keep going, don't you stop. And so, I mean, he kind of like motivates me a lot to keep going, to keep going, to keep going.
So if I can be a little gossip, if I can gossip, what's your rank?
Should I be telling you all this?
I want to know.
Anyway, I'm a Lance Corporal.
Okay.
Pending Corporal.
Pending Corporal.
Yeah.
Your station, I won't ask because
I'm special weapons guy. I'm with SWAT, National SWAT. I don't usually want to talk about my job because you know why? It confuses people a lot. Like, you sing this good. Why did you lock up yourself or something? People have their own opinions and notions about how to go about your life and stuff. So I usually want to leave them to listen my songs and then see me as an artist as such. But hey, I mean, I always tell people this job is kind of like a bit traumatic, you know. And so without music, you're going raw. Without music, you're facing the hard aspect, the hardships, and then you don't have nothing to kind of like therapy, like put yourself in a therapy. You always need that therapy. You always need that psychology to put you up to the work.
Okay.
And so with music, it's been the most easiest part. Like,
okay, back to Lowly. You think it's moving as you wanted to?
Well, I should say yes, it's moving as I wanted it to. I always look forward for that song to become bigger than it is now. It's one of the most I don't know, emotional songs you can get in the country for a long period. I mean, people have not gotten such song.
Yes.
Initially, I was getting that vigor, that push from people like, why aren't you dropping a video? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? I'm like, look, some songs need time to find their way into people's hearts.
True.
And I'm that artist that will find my way into your heart. You hear me once and you're asking, who is he? Can I hear that song again? Can I hear it again? And so it took time, and Lonely is bubbling, it's sizzling.
Oh yes.
By next year, it will be bigger than this year.
It's supposed to.
By 2 years' time, it will be bigger than what it will be next year.
So on
Like-
digital platforms,
It's doing well.
it's doing well.
It's doing
It's
well.
paying off.
Yes, we're getting hundreds and hundreds of people checking the video on daily basis.
Wow. Talking about digital platforms, King's Motion, we are into that. If you need followers, if you need people to work on your YouTube channel for you, if you need booster, if you want us to shoot a video for you, we are around for you. Just contact the number on your screen and we are there for you. High grade, high grade. Masaba high grade studio. With high grade, there is a video that there is high grade level on it. If you quite remember, you have one video. With that video, we were not
In
on
these
lot.
times.
No, yes.
In
Was
these
it
times.
2015
Yes.
or so?
Yes.
But on other interviews, you always say that you were not signed onto high grade. So what is
Yes.
really the relationship between you and high grade?
I would say we have a great relationship. We still go along. It was after I left High Grade that I helped Kofi Kenata to write Mombelede.
Okay.
I mean, so High Grade has been a family. High Grade will always be a family. I'm still in touch with Tony Pan. I'm
Hey,
still in
Tony.
touch. Yes, I'm still in touch with Samini every time,
Okay.
every day. I always remember something he told me. He's like, Jah Lead, baby, I will Jina wasa na bo wasa. When Ghanaians find you, you yourself you go tired. Because you have a genuine thing. Okay. I always say Samini is a big brother. Raima. I respect him a lot. I mean, he never forced things to happen, but he rather allowed things to grow. I never left High Grade on no confusion. No. I left because of maturity.
Okay.
You know, after a period with them, I felt like, why don't you take it out there and then see the results of it? And so, I mean, some people think there was some controversies and confusions and stuff. No, I still meet them a lot. I think yesterday I was with Abeku, who is a staunch High Grade fan. I mean, I still go with Samini a lot. I mean, everybody High Grade. Come on, High Grade is my fan base. High Grade fans are my major fan base.
Upness.
Up to the fullest. To the world, I am me.
Jah Lead.
Yeah.
The name Jah Lead.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused. How did you come about that name? How did you pick that name for yourself? Because it's a kind of name, it brings positivity.
Sure.
It's, why Jah Lead?
Basically, that was it. I mean, I was doing so many things in music, like everything I touched on any beat was golden. And I was looking for the right name for it. I wasn't finding. And then one day I finished studio. I go to my house at Adenta, and before I flick my light off after my shower, this name flicks in my head, like Jah with the light off. So I was wondering. I'm like, okay, I'm too lazy to put on my lights back, but I picked my notepad. I picked my pen because I had a steady table.
Okay.
And so on it I had my notepad, and so I picked my pen. I'm like, let me write this in the dark. If the next day I see the name, it's going to be mine. So I opened the notepad and then I just scribbled something in the dark, and then I let it go. I sleep. The next morning I was eager to go read what I wrote. If it's making sense, then it's my name. I read it and it was Jah Lead.
And it's making sense.
Sure, I nearly changed it because after a while people were convincing me like, yo, that name now work with Ghanaians, Ghanaians don't like it and stuff. But hey, when you find that song, everybody finds that meaning to your name.
Yes.
So right now everybody is like, yo, your name is empowering, your name is soothing. I guess it's by nature of your name, that's how come you do such wonderful works.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I thought of it as such. So that's how come I picked that.
Then Jah Lead is doing wonders in this country.
Yeah. Up to
Even
the
in this
fullest.
COVID-19 season, we are still having it that way. But concerning the Achimota School saga, with your locks, and you being a policeman, what is your take on it?
Well, I'll start from here. To every rule, there is an exception.
Okay.
To every rule, there is an exception. You know why?
No.
Okay, people think you always need 2 legs to walk,
Yes.
right? But there are some who don't have 2 legs,
That is so work.
and they still manage life. They still move.
Mm.
So to every rule, there is an exception. I think when somebody is coming to study, he's coming to study. And whether we like it or not, there will be some day to come whereby fashion wouldn't be a problem with education.
Okay.
Like you look good and still go for your education,
Okay.
whether we like it or not. In the 21st century, where we are moving towards, I mean, look at places like Switzerland and stuff. They have one of the best educations, and they don't even wear school uniforms.
But we are moving on.
Exactly. It looks like we are kind of like stereotype. I say, I'm far by engineer swa. It looks like when there is no authority, when there's no cane on us, we cannot just behave within within like rules and regulations. See, we can. When you go outside West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa, you see locks on TV, newscasters. I mean, you see parliamentarians. You see lots of people with dreads.
But with our country, we don't.
It looks like it's been tagged. We have tagged it. So anyway, time will work towards the tagging, and definitely whether we like it or not. Imagine in 1,000 years to come, do you think those coming will be living like this?
No.
Whether we like it or not, it will change.
Okay, whether we like it or not, it will change. A quick commercial break. We'll be back. We are still with Jah Lead. Jah Lead, the prophetic name, Jah Lead, with your host, Civil Love. Jah Lead, JMJ. JMJ, baby. What's the relationship between you and JMJ?
Great, I'd say. We've been brothers for long. I mean, the only little friction that came up, I think, is about split sheet and who owns what on Lonely and stuff. Actually, Lonely is on a rhythm. What people don't know, we were like 6 people on the rhythm. It was me, Akwabwa, Kel Songs, Episode, Chameleon. I think if I could remember all, I think. And Lonely is that hot. Basically, around the release of Lonely, I shot the video for Lonely. We published it on YouTube. And then I got flagged. Yeah, so that was where my question came up, like, why am I flagged for paying for the shoot of my video? Hey, shouts to Bona Montage. Pick up yourself. He flew in from France to come and shoot Lonely in Ghana and then partly in France. So imagine the cost for when to do it. Yes. Shouts to you, Andy. I love you. Bona Montage. And so, I mean, that was a pain, kind of. After going through this, it took us like more than 3 months to put together the video, because immediately we had finished shooting, he moves back to France and then lockdown in France. France was one of the earliest places to go on a lockdown. So apparently the Vicens, the models that we had booked back in France to shoot the video couldn't make it because they were under lockdown. And so going through all this pain and stuff, when you're flagged on YouTube, I mean, you are likely to talk about it, right? So I raised that concern, and then it didn't go down well with Jam, but I respect that anyway. All in all, my argument was, first of all, I have a writing percentage in the whole work before the performance percentage in it, because I wrote the song and I sang it vocally too. And so if you're putting it together, the producer bringing on board the beats and then me bringing on board whatever I brought on board, I mean, there should be some splits. And so that's what I actually raised, and then it kind of like sounds like there was a little friction or something. But hey, Jam got back to me and was like, yo, Jah Lead, no need for no controversies on this. I mean, I let everything go, keep it, and then build it, because we had even discussed it when the rhythm was starting. Like, he told me personally, like, he had a revelation, like, the rhythm album is going to blow a young artist. And funny enough, he felt like that artist was going to be me. If you check the album, Rhythm of the Gods, I have Big Boy Thing on the dancehall version, which is the most popular on the dancehall version. Although you had Stoneboy, you had everybody.
Yeah, the Big Boy Thing. I've watched the video.
And then we have Lonely, which has taken over even Big Boy Thing and the whole Rhythm of the Gods project. But hey, we thank God for heights giving. We look forward to Lonely becoming more bigger than it is. Jam has been cool with me. We've been talking back and forth. Although when there's irregularity, we talk about it, we sort it. We've been talking, and I don't think this is a bad blood between us. It's only understanding, and then we get to know who owns what, and then we move on.
So can we say right now you owe the copyright to Loli?
Yes. Apparently, according to his text and his words, he's like, I've given you the song, so I should own the copyright to that.
Okay, that's a good news to go by.
It sounds good.
Okay, I want to ask a sensitive question.
Please do.
If you're okay with it.
Please do. I don't mind.
It has to do with the LP. There's lesbian, gay issues in this country. Why are you laughing?
LGBT.
Yes.
I don't have anything against any LGBT, but I realized something.
Mm-hmm.
There is something called cultural universality.
Okay.
That is a culture that cuts across everywhere you go. When you go to America, you slap somebody just like that without provocation. It's an error. Okay. When you come to Ghana, you slap me. That same thing. It's an error. It's a provocation.
Yes.
Good. And so, apart from cultural universality, there are some that are restricted to certain ethnics and certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, if you should bring some attitude from a different jurisdiction into another place that is not accepted, based on their culture, they might tell you this is not accepted. But
Yes.
based on your culture, you might say it's accepted. Let's not conflict it. Don't take what is not wanted here, there.
That can't be possible too.
It should be, because you find problems when you are bringing something that is not accepted in my house to my house.
Okay.
I'd restrict it. But if you are staying where it is accepted, you don't have restrictions. Now look at it this way. I am saying I don't know nothing about this. So don't bring it here. You are telling me you should know, so I'm bringing it there. You have problems with me. Stay at where that thing is known, and then live comfortably there. Otherwise, if you bring it to where it is not known and not accepted, you find problems. Let's respect people the way they are.
So we need to respect people the way they are. What we don't want here, don't bring it
Don't
to
bring
our
it
country.
here.
So we don't take it to here.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Grammys. What do you think Ghanaians have to do to get there? Because there was a whole lot of talk around it. And we are not doing this, and this person is not doing that. And they call Grammys. You see, a lot came up. What is your take on it?
I wonder why it didn't come up when Angelique Kidjo won last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wonder. But basically,
No, I'm not coming in. You wonder why it didn't come up when is it
Angelique
because
Kidjo won
we
it
are
last
always
year.
comparing Nigeria to Ghana?
I think
That is
first of all,
causing
but
all
Benin
this.
is even closer to us. People don't even know Angelique Kidjo is from Benin.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say this. The weight, the energy that you use to throw the ball to the wall, yeah, it will bounce it back in the same frequency, so you catch it.
Yes.
If you throw it saggingly, you throw it slowly, it bounces and it doesn't come back to you.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. If you put in that energy, if you put in that, I mean, if it is concise, if it is straight, you know you are putting that energy. And one say it bubbles back to you.
Yeah.
Now hear this. Long time we have been playing with arts in this country. Honestly. Yes, we have put in some efforts. But we have more room to improve, if you ask me.
More room?
More room to improve, if you ask me. In the future, yes, I think we are working towards that. But basically, we should get our things put together.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how do you get your songs registered before they even come out in the country matters a lot. The Grammy is an academy on its own. When we say an academy, it's like Accra. It's like whatever academy. They are an academy on its own. So you don't do your thing outside and believe like you're going to find your way into that academy. Unless you are not affiliated to that academy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not dealing with labels and people that are representatives on the Grammy board,
Okay.
forget about it.
Okay, talking about labels, will you be okay signing on to a label or
I'll-
you're already on one?
I'll be okay partnering with labels.
Partnering, but not
Yes.
fully signing.
Let me tell you what, we are in the 21st century, and almost all the artists that you're hearing of from the foreign countries and stuff, they are not 100% signed to those labels. They are partners with those labels. They are
Okay.
indie artists, independent artists that have distribution records and have other deals with labels.
Okay.
Because these days people wouldn't pick you and groom you and then find a hit for you and then channel you to that success and then make a boom out of you and stuff. You have to go through the nurturing, you have to go through the building, you have to go through everything, and then when they see marketing in you, they partner with you and then propel your thing. So you make news, you make money, and then they break even with you.
That is a good thing to
So
say.
these
I think
days-
you're making a very good point.
These
Okay.
days that's what's happening. Jay-Z
Okay.
has partnerships. You realize most Jamaican huge big artists have their distribution label with how you call it, this company.
So,
No, not Sony. They deal more with there is this reggae company that is escaped, but anyway, when it comes up I'll just mention it. But it is more of like the distributor for most of the reggae songs that are Grammy nominated.
okay.
You understand? And so you should have a member there. There should be a board member that understands what criteria you have to follow before your songs fall in that space of Grammy nomination category. Don't forget a Ghanaian has been nominated before.
Yes.
Shout out to Rocky Dawuni. Yes. He was not based in Ghana. He was based in LA, Los Angeles. And he was dealing with a new distribution altogether, like a whole label together as a partner. And that is how come he got that nomination. And so, and Peninka who wants if you want to eat with the Grammys, then learn how to do how the Grammys do, and then you eat with them. Sure.
If Jah Lead is asked beside you, you put yourself somewhere. But if you are asked to mention 5 best dancehall artists in Ghana,
You gotta be laughing.
which people would you go in for?
Well, I think most Ghanaians are doing adulterated dancehall. So once you're asking me, dancehall artists, most are doing adulterated. Like they're mixing it. They're letting it sound like something else. Unlike my pretenders, you hear it and you're like, yo, this is dancehall. Like a Popcorn was singing, like a Ja Vinci was singing, or something of that sort. Should I have a best? No. I don't play one person's song to party. I enjoy all the dancehall, Afro dancehall artists to say. I enjoy them. I enjoy Shadawali. I enjoy Stoneboy. I enjoy Samini. There are great acts. I enjoy Lingua Cart. I enjoy Episode. These are my brothers. Jupiter. I enjoy all of them. But
Are you thinking of bringing an EP or an album out soon?
yes, I'm working on a Lovers Rock EP. I realized we have been chasing something.
It's okay.
Yes, that's my first coming up from that EP that I plan to put together. It should be a 7-track EP or 6-track EP,
Okay.
fully Lovers Rock. I want to bring it in Chi because I was doing it too much in English. People felt I was not Ghanaian.
Okay.
And so these days I decided to bring it in Chi so they feel my Ghanaian, traits, my Ghanaian nationality, and then everything I do as a Ghanaian. So we are doing a Chi Lovers Rock,
Tree Lovers
and
Road.
then we feed it to them.
Okay, we were talking and you brought in the Pretenders. Pretenders. We have some shit in there. Pretenders. There are some serious shit in there. And that song, when you were writing it, what came into your mind? What were you really thinking of? Were you thinking of someone? Did you have anyone in mind?
I'd say I was just being honest about how pretending we are as a people,
Okay.
especially in the music industry. People meet you in the studios and they're like, yo, you're that prolific, you're that good. But they go outside there, they're asking of dancehall artists and they don't even mention your name.
So they're all pretenders.
It's funny. When you meet me, you're like, you're my #1 artist, Yo, boy, I don't know that you are the best dancehall artist in Ghana. And on spot, when you are asked your dancehall artist, you cannot even mention name like yo. I know this guy. He's not that big, or he's that big, or whatever, but his name is so and so and so. But shout out to David Oscar. I think he was interviewed one time, and then they asked him one time, no thinking, he was like, yo, the best is Jah Lead. Shout out to Lingua Cat. He was asked one time, and he's like, yo, there's nobody in Ghana like Jah Lead. So you know why? We never fought anybody. We sang our way from our corner. People heard us and said, you are genuine. You sing my heart. You sing my ears. You sing what I want to hear. And so you come back and you ask the industry people, what is happening? We want to hear this guy more, but we are not hearing him more. You are giving us what you want us to hear.
Okay.
It boils down to pretenders.
There's one question about the industry that I would like to ask. Do you think there are more political tricks in the industry?
Yes, I think we deal with the politics more than the art. We do the politics more. For instance, somebody goes on radio, they are talking about lonely, as beautiful as it is and stuff, and he's like, well, yeah, that boy good, but because he's an officer and blah, 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 blah. Nobody even asks you about what color I'm wearing or what uniform I'm wearing or what I do.
But I don't want to mention.
Anybody is asking, who is this musician? And you are beating about the bush, talking about uniform and color and all them stuffs. That is politics. They bring that in just to demystify what people believe in, and then they downplay you, so they bring theirs in place. But you know what? The voice of the people is the voice of God. Okay. In time, Ghanaians will choose their favorite artists when genuinely they are presented with the works, and then they choose. For instance, in Pretenders, I didn't mention names, but I say what you do. I say the behavior and the modus of certain artists, and their fans call their names.
Yes, because I listened to it and I saw this shoot is for this person, this shoot is for this one, this shoot is for this one. I was like, no.
How did you know? It's their traits. That's what they do. That's how come I mentioned their traits. And you're able to fix in the names.
Yes.
If you can't fix it, you're not sharp. Obi so you dance walking or then tokwa. We need vibe. Obi also you long. Ghana music and so be acting to you upon in terms of still I'm also you
pretending or not.
I mean, these are obvious. In other jurisdictions, you chawabo, you chaw abo. Once you are teaching everybody, say nipamu you treat you and I yes say and I yes basa no, you chawabo no. Ubi am mekanch, ubi am pouch, ubi am wow. Because there are other acts that are doing genuinely good as you are. It is the worst say what chance are. We open it for another person. Unfortunately, in this country, we are too stuck. Yeah. When changes is coming. But whether you like it or not, change is a constant. Changes.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I want your take on it. Jah Lead, recently, your partner or your fellow dancehall artist made a post. I don't know if he has issues with people on his page, which is the Instagram page.
What did he say?
He said that if you are his enemy, if you are his friend and he has enemies, you shouldn't dine with that person.
And who is saying this?
Stoneboy.
Jeez.
I think I should give it to you to read it.
Should I?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm going to read it. If you fuck with any... using the F word. If you F with anybody that has tried to harm me, disrespected me in any type of way, slandered my name, or played with me in any type of way, you are also considered an opposite. Let me leave it here. It is normal for people to feel that way, but it is not right. Why? Because your enemy shouldn't be my enemy because you are my friend. I might have something that bonds me to that person as a friend. Okay? So best as somebody you feel like is an enemy to you, you stay far from that person, but you don't command others to stay far from that person. Maybe he might be good to other persons or people. You know what I'm saying? And so, for me, I'll take it on a lighter note. I would say, I'm gonna say, with time, perhaps people change. You know, change is a constant, like I said. So, with time, maybe you will live out of that mindset, and then feel free. Like, it's not like somebody hates you to say maybe something you've done wrong or something. It's not like somebody hates you. Usually, the people love you. That's how come when something is going wrong, just like when something is going right, they tell you. When
But
it's going wrong, they tell you too.
you guys don't accept wrongs mostly. You are always okay
I
with
think-
a positive vibe.
I think artists are egoistic a bit. I think are egoistic a bit. But hey, if you know about it, then you subdue the egoness of the whole thing, and then accept people's opinion, whereby you can see it and take something out of it for your goodness.
Okay.
For your
On this same post, Sonny Badi, I don't know if you know him, the gospel
Yes,
artist.
Sonny.
He also
Okay.
made a post that he's not afraid of his enemies, but he's afraid of a friend who is a friend to the enemy. Maybe you're my friend, so why is my enemy? But he's not. I'm not afraid of the wow, but I'm afraid of my friend who is a friend to my enemy. And it mostly goes with what Stonebwoy also posted.
Let me tell you the trick. Jamaicans always have a line they sing. Mama told me to be closer to my enemy than my friends. You know why?
Oh,
It's better you know his moves. Then you are secured. Especially when he doesn't even know you are reading him. When you are smiling with him, but you know the deeds, you know the
Okay.
traits, and so you are careful. If you don't know what's coming to befall you, it easily befalls you, right? If you have an idea of it, then you get closer to study it. For instance, you are in school. The thing that you don't know and you feel like a beba or exam simono, that is what you kind of like go after. Anybody that knows it, you are calling that person, can you teach me this? Because you are expecting it to come and you don't know it.
okay.
So mama say, I can keep my enemies closer.
Okay, Jah Lead, herbs, alcohol. What are you going for?
Herbs, of course, herbs is food. Herb is it's healthy. For instance, if you give me contumely with my yam, with my plantain, I'm solid. I'm secured of the health aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going for herbs.
Definitely, I go in for herbs. I mean, the Bible even talks about herbs, right? Someone aduane na momfa na ba no na di aba na nye aduro and some area. So I definitely go in for herbs.
So KK, I'm told it's coming up on the 19th.
Sure,
If
sir.
I'm right. So
Yeah,
KK
yeah.
is coming out on the 19th of
Yeah,
April.
yeah.
Can you tell us a little about it?
Sure, Keke. I mean, it's a lead to my EP. Why? Because EP, most people don't understand EPs. EPs are like extended plays. And usually they are the songs that are in your catalog that you've not been able to release over the years. Maybe it's taking too long in your catalog and you want to let it out. So that's how come people drop EPs. You have
Okay.
songs that you don't even know when and how to release this one. So you put together an EP and then you release the unreleased songs that you feel like they are aging in your catalog. Okay.
Okay.
So Sirikeke was recorded years ago and I'm now releasing it. Why? Because I always have a feeling like Ghanaians are gonna love this. This is gonna be one of my stamping songs. And I've not even had that space to release it. So hey, let us start my Love a Shop EP. And so that's how come you're releasing Sirikeke first.
What motivated the Love It Rock EP?
I felt like for a time now, we have been a bit agitated, kind of like when you go on social media and stuff, there has been so many issues against each other, like people insulting, people fighting each other, we say and stuff. And I'm thinking if the love is there, if we are focusing more on the love, some of these things will just brush them off.
Okay.
And so
So
Srekeke is a song to tell you about some of these stuff.
okay, so a quick one. Sirikeke is coming out on the 19th of April. Lovers Rock. It's one of the songs on Jah Lead's EP. But before he leaves, he has to give us a section of it. It's in culture. Fire to kind of
You have to like more.
more.
Okay, so Srekeke sounds like Anya mesa how di yeah. Sebi sebri bimpo na meno makama wedja baby. Tewa no kacham na mempa wocho emfa weni muna sankodai. Hi oh baby. Shewu ye mesa di ana wahame. Makume into me standing. Too much hot pressure because hot pressure leads to heartbreaks and you know this. Kodo beya me dan if you baby yara me ko bia me dwene wo baby my baby hey yeah ji yeah yeah sro keke o seria na beniaje na mama ko mato me ya ma wadomu wadoni o akuma mo kiza bie makuma mo pono baby wo sinkiti ni mojire no wasra na me hunu no so bi ni mensada baby yeah baby yeah yeah ji
Jah Lead says so keke.
yeah
Me fa when you make bufu. E fa nkoda. It's no ebufu mu kra na. Just put a smiling face on. But is it coming with a video?
Sure, the video will drop like a week after the audio drops.
Okay, and are we going to have it on all digital platforms?
Definitely it's coming on all digital platforms. Shouts to NYB, shouts to News Africa. They are partnering with me to release this one.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I say shouts to everybody. How you call this? Content Africa. I mean, there are people that are connecting with me to release this, and so people should look out for it. You, Jim, big up yourself. Sammy, big up yourself. I mean, there are lots of people that are contributing to this one to release.
Big up. But before you leave, I'm not leaving it like that. Freestyle, let's feel Jah Lead. I can feel it. We want to sleep with it. Let's feel Jah Lead.
Hello. What's it mean? Come, I am here. My friend, I want you, father. My dear, me better be who's a oh, yeah. Hello, boo. I want brain when they wine and baby. My friend was a feeble fire. Hold on, me better me was a yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling lonely. Me, I am going to tonight. My baby, I'm coming, my way feeling right. Meaning you open, my why nice, my why fine. I'm feeling lonely, me young woman tonight. My baby, I'm coming, my way feeling right. Meaning you open, my why nice, my why fine. I'm thinking of you.
Masterpiece song.
Yeah,
Masterpiece song.
keep thinking of you, baby.
This song is dedicated to more and more girlfriends, boyfriends, our they are far from you. We know you are feeling lonely. Case Motion, Artiste Cafe. Today we had Jah Lead with us, and it was a great interview. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us more for more G's. See you next week. Bye.
You heard it, so Yenda is right out there.
This is a new agenda.
Oh my God, it's confirmed.